Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Long, and I will be your moderator today. I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome you to session 2 of today's dual webinar titled Driving Reliability in Next Gen Electronics with Precision Testing. We have an incredible session planned for you all today, filled with insightful discussions and valuable takeaways. Before we get started, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guest speakers for session 2. Thomas Sorge, Head of Marketing and Product Management at Bayka, and Victor Achandi, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Memmert USA. We also have Philip Pabst from Memmert, who spoke in our earlier session, which you can watch on demand. Please feel free to submit any questions you may have during the webinar today. To do this, simply head to the engagement window to the left of the auditorium and click to open the Q&A window. So, without further delay, I'm delighted to hand over to Thomas and Victor, and I would like to thank you for presenting to us today.
Thank you for the chance to speak here today at Select Science. My name is Thomas Sorge, and I'm the Head of Marketing and Product Management at Bayka, Bayerische Kabelwerke AG, a company with more than 140 years of experience in designing and manufacturing high-quality cables for different applications. I'm responsible for protecting and developing the brand Bayka and further establishing the values of the quality and reliability. Today, I'd like to take you on a short journey through our company, from our origins and products and the way we ensure our cables meet the highest standards for safety, reliability, and performance. A key part of the journey is how we test and validate our products and how technologies like Memmert's precision equipment help us achieve consistent, trustworthy results. Every year we produce thousands of kilometers of cable. Each meter must be strict performance and safety standards because a single failure could mean downtime, costly repairs, or even safety risk. That's why testing is not just our part of process. It's at the heart of everything we do. We've more than 140 years in experience of cables and combine this tradition with innovation and flexibility made in Germany. We are more than just a cable manufacturer. We provide a wide portfolio of cable solutions, from standard power and communication cables to highly specialized designs tailored to the most demanding environments. Our cables are the invisible backbone of many industries, from powering urban infrastructures and renewable energy projects to enabling safe railway operations and ensuring reliable data communication. In 2024, we are nominated by Deutsche Bahn AG as one of the top 3 suppliers in the infrastructure sector. We prevailed against 22,000 other suppliers for Deutsche Bahn. In which markets are we active? What trends are driven there, and why do these markets need us? Energy utilities. Without reliable cables, the energy transition cannot happen. Railways and transport. Every safe train journey depends on kilometers of reliable cables, often hidden beneath the tracks. Infrastructure and industry. Infrastructure in industries is built to last for decades with our cables. Data and communications, enabling the digital area through secure and high-speed cable solutions. When it comes to cable, quality is not just an added value, it's a fundamental requirement. A single failure in the field can result in massive downtime, costly repairs, or even safety hazards. That's why quality is a very core of everything we do at Bayka. Our philosophy is simple. Quality is built in, not added on. From raw material selection to design and manufacturing, every step follows strict guidelines to ensure durability and reliability. We are DIN EN ISO 9001, 14001, and 50001 certified. Furthermore, Bayka employees adhere to ISO 45001. And further, we to fulfill a mass of standards and regulation on customer side. We don't just test at the end of the production. Quality assurance at Bayka is a continuous process, starting from incoming goods inspection through in-line monitoring during production to extensive final testing. But ensuring quality does not stop with standard and processes. It requires rigorous testing. And this is where modern equipment such as Memmert precision devices comes into play. A cable is only as good as the condition it can withstand. And each year we perform thousands of hours in testing to ensure compliance and durability. Every test method shows that cable quality is not just claimed but proven. Cables have a lifetime of more than 30 years in some cases. Temperature is the biggest driver of material aging. Thermal aging tests are the backbone of lifetime prediction for cable, and Memmert devices make these tests repeatable and trustworthy. Memmert stands for absolute reliability and even temperature distribution. Some ovens have been running since 1988 at Bayka without any failures, proof of precision and durability. Cables are often exposed to moisture fluctuations and microorganisms for decades, for example in tunnels, in the ground, or in buildings. Humidity and climate resistance tests ensure that cables remain functional and safe. Even in the most challenging environments, with Memmert technology safeguarding the process. Precise temperature and humidity control and high repeatability of tests are very important. Without Memmert, such precise control of service life would not be possible. During operation, cables are exposed not only to heat and moisture, but also to the mechanical stress and electrical strain. Mechanical and electrical tests prove that Bayka cables are not just safe in theory, but robust in real-world applications, backed by reliable and test equipment from Memmert. Heating and climate chambers provide stable test conditions for many of these tests. They ensure standard compliant results and facilitate certification. At Bayka, testing is not a single step at the end of the production. It's part of the entire product lifecycle. From the very first material samples through prototype development to final certification and release. Testing ensures our product meets the highest safety and performance standards. This integrated approach not only accelerates innovation, but also reduces risk and ensures that every cable leaving our factory can be trusted in its critical application, whether in energy infrastructure or communication networks. Memmert devices like heating oven, incubators, and climate chambers are integrated across R&D, quality assurance, and production testing. They are not just supportive, but essential in Bayka's testing workflow. These examples prove that Memmert devices enable Bayka to replicate real-world stress scenarios in a controlled, standardized way. Here you see some of the usings of the Memmert items in precision and repeatably digital control. By using modern equipment such as Memmert's climate chambers and ovens, we significantly improve both efficiency and reliability. Automated test cycles and digital controls reduce manual effort, while precise temperature and humidity control ensures consistent, reproducible results. This allows us to detect weakness earlier, shorten development cycles, and ultimately bring robust, reliable products to market faster. Testing is not just about running experiments, it's about data. With modern equipment, every test result is logged and integrated into our quality assurance processes. This ensures full traceability from raw materials to finished cables. It also provides valuable feedback for our R&D teams, enabling continuous improvement. At the same time, it supports compliance with industry standards and customer-specific requirements, strengthening our position as a trusted supplier. Innovation also means responsibility. By ensuring long-lasting product quality through testing, we help reduce the need for replacements and save resources. At the same time, Memmert's energy-efficient devices contribute to reducing our carbon footprint. Transparent and reliable test results build customer confidence, while our regional partnerships highlight Bayka's commitment to sustainability and long-term responsibility. To summarize, Bayka is a company where tradition meets innovation, delivering high-performance cable solutions for energy, railways, infrastructure, and communication networks. Our strong commitment to quality is the foundation of everything we do. Every product is rigorously tested, validated, and certified. With Memmert's advanced testing equipment, we ensure precision, reliability, and efficiency, enabling us to continuously improve and innovate. Testing is not just a technical step. It is the key to building sustainability and long-term customer trust. Bayka is ready to power the future, and through our partnership with trusted technology providers like Memmert, we will continue to deliver reliable solutions for tomorrow's challenges.
Thank you, Mr. Sorga. Thank you, Select Science, for your help. My name is Victor Richandy, and I am the VP of Sales and Marketing for Memmert US. Today, I will introduce some of our equipment and give you some additional information on some of the materials Mr. Sorga spoke about. I will tell you a little bit about our Memmert brand in Germany, and then I will tell you the steps that we've taken in the US to bring in the Memmert brand into our country. Today, I will start with our vacuum oven. Some general information: the unit comes in 3 different sizes, 29 liters, 49, and all the way to 100 liters. Our temperature range is 5 degrees Celsius above ambient, all the way to 200 degrees Celsius. If our customer requires to go to a higher temperature than that, our customization team, M360, can actually get the unit up to 220 degrees Celsius if needed. Our vacuum range is 5 to 1100 ambar with our Memmert pump. And this unit only comes with our twin display controller, which allows for programmability as well as data logging. The unit, as you see there in the image, our top section is our vacuum oven, followed by our pump module, and the pump sits inside, which allows for a little bit more of a quiet mode when using the unit, and then the stand. Beautiful vacuum oven technology. Our speed control vacuum pump, which is optional, the customer is allowed to use, and they can use their own pump if needed. But our pump will allow the customer to save up to 70% in energy. Separately adjustable, of course, all-around heated thermal shelves, which are very unique to our unit. Internally, the air is actually not heated in our vacuum pump. That's actually used just for the vacuum. The heat comes from the surface of our shelves, and it's all uniform all around the shelf. And with our T5 option, you can introduce alternative gases and fresh air to enhance the drying process inside the chamber. Applications: bubble-free fusing and curing of potting compounds, crack-free drying of potting compounds, oxidation-free storage for maintaining a pressure of 5 MBAR and preventing oxygen contact. And lastly, which is the most popular, is gentle drying of electronic components without risk of damage through high temperature. Next, I will introduce our drying universal ovens. They actually come in two formats. They have your natural convection oven, and then you have our forced air circulation oven. Both come in 9 model sizes from 32 liters all the way to above 1,000 liters. You can get both units in our single display or in our twin display, which again is our twin display controller, which allows for more programming as well as data logging. Temperature ranges from 5 degrees Celsius above ambient all the way to 300 degrees Celsius. And all around heating in all 4 sides for excellent temperature uniformity. What makes our oven stand out from every other oven in the market out there is how our heat exchange happens, is how the unit allows for fresh air to come in, be preheated into the chamber, and then go all around the entirely sealed stainless steel interior of the oven, which allows for full and the best temperature uniformity inside a chamber. Applications, like we know already, thanks to Mr. Sorga, cable aging, ideal for testing and aging cables with precise temperature control and high heat output. And then, of course, our forced drying ovens are used all over the world when efficiently removing water residues with a powerful fan and fully openable exhaust air flap. And lastly, our humidity chamber, our HCP unit. It comes in 4 model sizes, 56, 107, 156, all the way to 241 liters. It only comes with our twin display again, which allows the customer to not only program the unit, but also to do data logging. And the temperature range for this unit is 18 degrees Celsius up to 90 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is basically control. It has an external distilled water tank. And the humidification and dehumidification can be 20 all the way to 95% for relative humidity. In this chamber, all 6 sides are completely and uniformly heated, including the inner glass door, to avoid any kind of condensation inside the unit. Perfect for multiple applications, but one that is actually very popular is the 85 stress test. 85 degrees Celsius, 85% relative humidity to ensure electronic components withstand extreme conditions. So if a customer is looking for a high temperature range, as well as a high temperature relative humidity for long testing, the HCP unit is the unit for you. Now, to give you guys a little bit of a history background here on the Memmert brand. The Memmert family has been developing and perfecting the marriage of heat and humidity inside a chamber since 1933. Today, 3rd generation, the lady in the center of the image, Christiana Riefler, commands the most perfect engineering when it comes to all of our units and when it comes to everything that is manufactured, not only in Germany, but also in China. We have over 550 employees, over 40 interns, multiple departments, marketing department, engineering department, customization department. Again, their main goal is to make sure that every unit that comes out of our warehouse, it is at 110% perfect. You can find our brand in over 8 locations worldwide. Distribution happens in multiple locations throughout the world. Production only happens in Germany and China. But you can find our brand, and it is sold in over 160 countries worldwide today. Which of course brings us to the US. Just to give you guys a little bit of a history, the Memmert brand has been in the US market since 1987. In 2006, Wisconsin Oven Distributor was created to be the single source for selling ovens and really the entire Memmert line in the US. In 2021, Memmert made a massive investment in Eagle, Wisconsin, and finally actually put a sign that actually had our brand here in the US. Memmert USA focuses on delivering precision engineered ovens, incubators, and climate chambers designed to ensure reliability, compliance, and consistent performance. We have 14 employees that are passionate about supporting customers with technical expertise, responsive service, and tailored solutions. Our goal is to have product in hand to make sure that we meet our customer needs as fast as possible. We've increased our stock levels by 50%. Our warehouse now maintains over 1,000 units in stock. Most products ship in 2 business days. With an enhanced inventory and streamlined logistics, Memmert USA ensures reliable access to our most popular models and configurations. Whether for laboratories, university, or production environments, we deliver precision equipment when you need it. Each device is individually tested for performance. Each Memmert chamber is individually calibrated. Memmert products comply with the new DIN 12880 2007 guideline for stricter testing of temperature uniformity. Our production process is analyzed on a yearly basis to make sure that whatever the customer is receiving is at optimal working precision. Here's our full product range, which can meet multiple needs in every market available. You have our climate chambers, which include, of course, our HPP Echo, HCP, which I introduced to you, as well as RCH, and our CTC when lower temperatures are required. Heating and drying ovens, everything from just a simple universal oven all the way to a vacuum oven with a cool option. You have incubators that can actually meet every need in a clinical market. You have our CO2 incubator. We can actually meet our life science needs as well as every kind of tissue culture available. And ultimately, our water bath, which can be used in multiple applications. Thanks for having me, and thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to working with you in the near future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Thomas and Victor, for your engaging presentation today. We truly appreciate the time and expertise you shared with us. It was a pleasure having you as a part of the webinar. We will now move on to the last part of today's webinar, the question and answer session. As a reminder, to ask a question, you just need to simply head to the engagement window to the left of the auditorium and click to open the Q&A window. So, to kick off this final portion of today's event, the first question I have is for Victor. Victor, what is the difference between a humidity chamber and a climate chamber?
Yeah, the big difference has to do with temperature. If a customer is only requiring temperatures that are above 20 degrees, if they're doing the 85 stability testing, they're not required to go, below 10 degrees to 0 degree temperature. A normal stability chamber will do. The minute you involve the climate side of things, you're going down to cooler temperatures, which means, of course, it's going to be a little bit more of an advanced and involved and a little bit more expensive technology. Temperature and humidity tells us exactly which unit you're going to need.
That's great to know. Thank you, Victor. My next question is for Thomas. Why is thermal aging so important for cables?
Yeah, it's important to know what will happen with the compounds around the core of the cable. The copper have no stress with the eldering, but the compounds. And the cable have to lay for minimum 20 years in the ground, on the wall, in the tunnel, and so on. And to ensure this, we have to approve this permanently in our labs.
That's great, thank you. The next question I have is for Victor. What is the difference between an oven with a fan and one without a fan?
Speed of drying is everything. If the customer has a sample that is high in humidity, for example, and they want to go ahead and extract that humidity at a faster rate, then yeah, you actually want an oven with a force fan, something that can be controlled. It allows for the temperature as well as the humidity aspect of the unit to be a lot more uniform within the chamber. But yeah, if you have a sample, if you have a customer that needs a little bit more speed, not so much of a gentle heating and drying process, that's when a fan will be needed.
That's great, thank you. I've got another question for you, Victor. How is vacuum drying different from drying in a standard oven?
You're introducing fast air into the chamber at a higher speed and at a higher rate to fill up the entire chamber, and then extracting that at a much faster rate. So if your protocol requires, for example, for a sample to just sit and dry over a longer temperature rate and time, then yeah, you don't need the vacuum setup. But if you actually require for the sample to go at a higher speed, at a higher rate of heat, and extract that at a higher and precise manner, then that's where your vacuum technology is going to come into place. It is faster, it is more efficient, and it is sort of a cleaner way to extract humidity out of a sample.
Hmm, that's great to know. Thank you, Victor. Um, I've got another question for you, Thomas. Why would you perform a humidity test?
Yeah, in the cable business, we say there are only two major enemies for the cable. This is water and the excavators. Sorry. Every plastic compound becomes porous at some point and allows to water pass through, and that's a large problem for the cable. And condensation is a problematic for plastics in every case, um, as it remains on the surface for a long time and dries very slowly. And we need to know and evaluate these influences. Nearly all plastics compounds are prone to microbes, and sooner or later, the defunding water into cable. So it's important for us to simulate this and getting some learnings to shifting up our skills in R&D.
Absolutely. Thank you. The next question I have is for Victor. Why does Memmert heat the interior of the vacuum chamber via the shells?
This is probably my favorite piece of technology on
Mm,
a lot of our units, but particularly for the vacuum oven, because it's kind of what sets us apart from everybody else in the market. Most vacuum ovens basically heat the entire chamber from the sides into the sample. In our units, the heating happens in each shelf inside the unit. So in that way, it is a faster way to heat the sample. It's a gentler way to heat that sample, and it is a lot more efficient.
that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I've got another question for you, Victor. Can I program a Memmert oven so that it automatically regulates different temperatures over time?
Yes, you can. All of our units come in what's called our basically plus model, our twin display. Our twin displays allows you not only to program the temperature and the other ranges within the units and features of it, but it allows you to also do data logging with an external source.
That's great, thank you. And I've got another question for you as well. Do we have to use the pump that you sell with the vacuum oven?
I'm going to give that one to Thomas. I'm just kidding, Thomas. No, you do not have to. You can use your own pump. We only ask that you tell us the brand and the pump that you're utilizing with our unit, just to make sure that it's gonna work well with it. And we always kind of warn the customer that all of our spec sheets, all of our data on our vacuum ovens have been set up with the usage of our pump and our vacuum oven.
Mm. No, that's great to know. And I've got another question as well for you, Victor. Are your vacuum ovens explosion proof or safe to use with combustible materials?
No, none of our units are what's called a Class A certified unit, which is made
Mm.
to be explosion proof for flammable materials. So, no, we do not recommend that our units are used with any kind of flammable, combustible, or corrosion material. It's a great question.
That's great to know. Thank you, Victor. And I'm afraid that is all we have time for today. I'd like to give a huge thank you to our amazing guest speakers, Thomas Sorger and Victor Achandi. for sharing their knowledge and expertise. And of course, thank you to all of you who joined us today. We hope you found the discussion insightful and that you walk away with new ideas and perspectives. If we weren't able to get to your question today, don't worry, we'll be following up with the answers after the webinar. And if you have any additional questions after the session, please feel free to reach out to me at the email address editor@selectscience.net. Certificates of attendance will be automatically emailed to all live attendees a few days after the event. For those watching on demand, a certificate can be requested by emailing us at the same email address. The on-demand recording will be available in just a few days, allowing you to revisit the webinar or share it with colleagues or friends. Once again, thank you to everyone for attending. Stay tuned for updates on future webinars, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care and have a wonderful day ahead.